that dealt with prior to Christ's incarnation. I just want to deal with during his lifetime, during his ministry. Where did he ever, from that point, where did he ever say, this is for everybody?
I mean, he never did.
Exactly. So how do we come to this conclusion? It sounds like there was a doctrine perpetuated by a group of people that realized they weren't included, and they twisted the narrative to try to make it what you know as a universal thing, right? The term Catholic, you know what the word Catholic means?
Not exactly. I mean,
it means universal.
Gave me something today. I have to work on me. I have to work on me. But I'm not lost anymore.
We came from roaches on the floor, a notice on the door, baking soda in the jar, but now we focus on the law. It's like soap up in a cloth, the way it's soaking and it wash. It's something like good dope, cause it's potent and it's raw.
I used to post up out of store, work stashed behind the door. Everything I had was pure, so fiends was coming back for more. The Most High opened my eyes, and then I seen that I was flawed. Now I'm addicted to these laws because they potent and they raw. I was in and out of jail, cause in the streets, yeah, I was lost. Trying to be like all the hustlers, they don't tell you it's a cause.
Shalom, 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 family. First and foremost, I have to give all praises, all glory, and all honor unto the Most High God, Yahweh. Of course, I do so in the name of His only begotten Son, Yahushai, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. It's your brother Ariala of SICARII, and I am excited to present to you, the nation of Israel, the official Hebrew Israelite Bible. Now, this has been the culmination of 4 long years of hard work, and it is available for purchase at HIBofficialzion.com. Get yours today.
Clap it up for Clap it up.
We out here we're just brothers with Bible, man. We're just brothers with Bible. All right, so when you deal with the Bible, what you know about the Bible?
I mean, that's a very complicated question.
I mean, it's not really. It's pretty vague. It doesn't make it complex.
Sure.
Right? So when you deal with the Bible, for instance, some people automatically, as soon as they think of the Bible, they think about Christ and His missions, right? You can go straight there, right? What was the mission of Christ?
To save the human race. Right?
To save the human race? And where would you go to substantiate that claim?
Within the Bible or like within the world?
I mean, that's where we're predicating the truth of Jesus Christ.
Well, I mean, He died on the cross for our sins.
You said our, though.
Yeah.
You said the human race, now you said our. So I just want to know where the verse is, just substantiate the claim.
I can't say I know the Bible well enough to know the exact verse. So.
Okay, so let me show you something in the Bible, right? First, give me Matthew 1 and 21. Right? And I want you to get Hebrews 12 and 16. You're going to be in the back. First epistle. You got Matthew 1 and 21? Let me show you something interesting about the story of Christ. Alright? Go ahead.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 1, verse 21.
Bring it out.
And she shall bring forth a son.
Talking about Mary, right? She shall bring forth a son, right? Go ahead.
And thou shalt call his name Yahushua.
Right? Jesus, say it verbatim. Read it verbatim.
And thou shalt call his name Jesus.
Right? Mary's gonna have a son named Jesus. Yep. Right, cool, go ahead.
For he shall save his people from their sins.
Who?
He shall save his people.
His people, go ahead.
From their sins.
From their sins. Who are the people of Christ?
Is it about the tribes of Israel or everybody?
There you go. There you go. Give me Matthew 2 and 6. Let me show you that that's actually the truth. Right? Because now, as soon as he's born, in the initial moments of his birth, they're saying what he is going to save his people from their sins. Very, very specific, very particular. Right, go ahead.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 2, verse 6.
Bring it out.
Read slow.
And thou, Bethlehem, in the land of Judah,
Go ahead.
are not the least among the princes of Judah.
Right.
For out of thee shall come a governor
Out of these shall come a governor, talking about Christ, right? Beautiful, go ahead.
that shall rule my people
Who?
Israel.
Who?
My people Israel.
My people, Israel. It said Christ will rule his people, Israel. So when it goes back a chapter in Matthew 1:21, and he said, what? He shall be a prince and a savior, right? Of his governors. Exactly. And to forgive their sins. So now we have to figure out where along the line did that change. What do you mean by that? Because now you're including other nations of people, but initially the story says his people, their sins. And we just acknowledge that his people were the Israelites. So where along the storyline, when did the plot begin to include everybody else?
I mean, it's a tough question. Like, you're talking about before Jesus in the days of like David the king when Israel.
I'm talking about from the birth of Christ all the way through to his death. When did he ever say everybody? When did the story change from the birth of Christ? I don't even want to put you in the trick bag and go all the way back to David and the promises and the prophecies that dealt with prior to Christ's incarnation. I just want to deal with during his lifetime, during his ministry. Where did he ever, from that point, where did he ever say, this is for everybody?
I mean, he never did.
Exactly. So how do we come to this conclusion? It sounds like there was a doctrine perpetuated by a group of people that realized they weren't included, and they twisted the narrative to try to make it what you know as a universal thing, right? The term Catholic, you know what the word Catholic means?
Not exactly. I
It
mean,
means universal. Interesting. The Catholic Church is the church that made the doctrine of Christ universal.
Sure.
Right? Prior to the Catholic Church, a universal doctrine of Christ wasn't something that was considered. With me, the doctrine changed throughout the time frame of the Catholic Church. Then you had the Protestants that broke off of the Catholic Church. Then you had all of the different denominations of Christianity that stem from Protestantism. Right? So now we have to ask ourselves, right? Am I going to base my understanding of the Bible off of somebody that wasn't the person who I think died for my sins? Or am I going to base my understanding off of what he actually said? What do you have? Interesting passage right here, right? Go ahead, read 16. Yeah.
This is the book of Hebrews, chapter 12, verse 16.
Bring it out. Because you said the whole world. All of the human race is what you said, verbatim.
I don't necessarily believe it's the whole human race, but I believe that whoever's included in his kingdom, whoever believes in his commandments and lives that good life, will go to heaven.
Okay. Let's think about this, right? You said that, now you're kind of retracting from your initial statement, which is fine. Because you said the whole human race.
I think everybody has the opportunity to go to heaven, but not a lot of people take that
opportunity. Thank you. That's the verbiage I need to hear. Right, read this.
Lest there be any fornicator.
Hebrews 12, verse 16 said, lest there be any fornicator, right? Go ahead.
Or profane person as Esau.
Esau. You know about Esau in the Bible? Yes, sir. Who is Esau in the Bible?
I can't tell you exactly, but I know that.
Okay, let me tell you something. Very interesting fact, right? Edomites in the Bible is the progenitor of Caucasians. Okay, I want you to understand, right? And it says, read this again. Now he's starting to really, describe the character traits of these people, the Edomites, Esau, right? And his descendants, right? Read this.
Hebrews 12 and 16. Lest there be any fornicator.
Esau is a fornicator, right? Somebody who is sexually perverse, right? Go ahead.
Or profane person.
And completely outside of the temple, right? Go ahead.
As Esau. As Esau.
As Esau, right? Go ahead.
Who for one morsel of meat sold his birthright.
Sold his birthright, right? Go ahead.
For ye know how that afterwards,
right? Later on in the story, go ahead.
When he would have inherited the blessing.
He said he would have inherited the blessing, right? Go ahead. Hey, sister, you got time for one Bible verse? Right? He said he would have inherited the blessing, right? Go ahead.
He was rejected.
He was what?
He was rejected.
Esau was rejected, right? Go ahead.
For he found no place of of repentance.
It says what?
He found no place of repentance.
It says Esau found no place of repentance. And that disposition wasn't just about him. Also trickled down and affected his seed line. You with me? Because let me show you. Malachi 1. Let me show you this. Right? It's very interesting. Right? This guy Esau. Right? Because people talk about God so loved the world. Right? And they try to utilize that as a justification. As or justification for the idea and the premise of a universal salvation. Right? All-inclusive salvation. But for some odd reason, we have this person, Esau, and his descendants, right? Let's see what God said about these people. Go ahead, start at verse 2.
This is the book of Malachi, chapter 1, verse 2.
Bring it out.
I have loved you, said the Lord. Yet ye say, wherein hast thou loved us?
Well, you know, our people, right? The people of God, blacks, Hispanic, Native American, have this, I guess you say, sense of entitlement. So they feel like everything should just happen to them, happen immediately, right? Give me, yeah, you know, their microwave satisfaction, is a microwave gratitude, appreciation that they supposed to be able to show based off stuff happening immediately, right? Right? But this is what God said. Even though you think I don't show you enough love, right? Go ahead.
Was not Esau Jacob's brother?
Let me just take things in the context. You think I don't love you because I might do things to you because I need to show you that you're not living like I want you to. But Esau was Jacob's brother, right? Go ahead, Jacob.
Said the Lord. Yet I love Jacob.
Yeah, I love Jacob. I didn't love Esau, right? Go ahead.
And I hated Esau.
Yeah, what?
And I hated Esau.
Hated Esau. Right, go ahead.
And laid his mountains and his heritage waste.
Laid his mountains and his heritage waste. Right, go ahead. So the heritage, you know, they're not talking about just him. They got to be talking about his whole nation. Right, go ahead.
For the dragons of the wilderness.
Go ahead.
Whereas Edom said,
Edom, that's how you know it. Now it's going into them as a nation. Whereas Edom said, go ahead.
We are impoverished. Edom said, we are impoverished.
We. So it can't be just talking about just the man. You see that? We are impoverished. So it got to be talking about the whole nation. Right, go ahead.
But we will return and build the desolate places.
That's when you get stuff like the Renaissance period, right? You got after the Dark Ages, how, you know, Europeans come out and somehow re-magnify themselves on the earth, right? You familiar with that? How, you know, the Renaissance period is really when Caucasians began to start ruling the earth again, right? You had the Greeks, you had Alexander, right? Alexander taking over the earth, him and his escapades, right? The things he did, you had him, his 4 generals came out soon after that, right? Antiochus, people like that, right? Ptolemy, you know, all his 4 generals, and then you had that translated to the Greco-Roman Empire. Then you had the Roman Empire, right? So Europeans have been ruling the earth since the time of the Greeks, right? So there was a time where, for a small amount of time, right, the Western European construct was ruled by the Moors, as we know.
Church in Spain, yes.
Exactly, right? So some of Western Europe was ruled by the Moors, and Europeans were put on the back burner. But then you had the Renaissance period when they came back, and now it's back to how it used to be, right? And ever since then, Europeans been ruling the earth. But it says what? Right?
Weren't the Moors Muslim though?
I mean, the Moors weren't just Muslims, no. But I'm not sure what that has to do with the fact that they weren't European.
Oh, I'm not saying anything on skin color.
Okay, I didn't say skin color either. I just said ethnic background. I didn't say anything about skin color. Really? Okay, go ahead.
But we will return and build the desolate places.
Right, that's what Edomites said. Right, go ahead.
Thus said the Lord of hosts.
But this is God's disposition. He said, thus said the Lord of hosts. Right, go ahead.
They shall build.
They shall build, right? As a nation, they're going to continue to build. Right, go ahead.
But I will throw down.
That's America. You all have done a splendid job building America, right? Even though it was off the backs of, you know, blacks and Hispanics and Native Americans, free labor gave you all at least a 500-year, 450-year head start, right? And you are able to catapult yourself economically through way of chattel slavery, right? Y'all built this land. You get the credit. That's what Mount Rushmore is a symbol of, right? The building of this land, right? Go ahead.
And they shall call the border of wicked.
They shall build. Read that again.
They shall build, but I will throw down.
Thus says the Lord. He said he's going to throw this shit down. You're right. America's getting thrown down. All right, I want you to know that. Go ahead.
And they shall call them the border of wickedness.
Says you shall call Edomites, wherever they are on the earth. Right? The border of wickedness. Go ahead.
And the people against.
Wait. Can we agree to something?
Sure. Well, it depends what it is.
When God says something, he's not lying. When he says something, it can't be annulled, it can't be voided off. Right? His word is sovereign, his word is final. Beautiful.
And the people against whom the Lord have indignation forever. Forever.
It says he has an indignation, a righteous hatred against the Edomites. For how long?
Forever.
Forever. So how, when John 3:16 is mentioned, how can it include everybody, the entire earth, all the inhabitants of the earth, right? If he has a whole nation of people whom he has a righteous hatred for forever. Very great point, right? It's tough, right? But the thing is, the people who you descend from got a hold of this, read it, realized we got some adjustments to do to the way people look at this book. Right? It's good for some stuff, probably, to further a few things that we have our agendas, right? But
I would agree. Like when I'm not Catholic, when the Catholic Church started, I definitely agree that it kind of moved away from the pillars of Christianity and now focused on power and power.
Of course, right? But you got to think about it. Everything subordinate to them, everything post the Catholic Church stems off of that initial foundation of corruption. With me? Yeah. So whatever foundation of corruption that they initially had, now you have to figure out how did that seep into whatever denomination you're in, right? And one of the main things is a universal salvation, right?
So I guess just like a truthful question. If you said what was the tribe that you said was unfaithful to Christ and that the Lord had universal hatred?
It's not that they were unfaithful to Christ. Edomites. Right.
So I mean, just asking. You said that Caucasians descended from Edomites.
Of course.
So are you saying that the Lord has universal hatred for Caucasians?
Exactly. Right. Caucasian is kind of a blanket term.
Sure.
Right? And like I said, we're not predicating things upon skin color. We predicate things upon patrilineal descendants. Right? So depending on who your father is, if your father's lineage goes up back to who you know as Europeans, right? More than likely, you descend from Esau. You with me? You ain't just a little bit. I'm gonna take this right there after. Let me show you something interesting. It's a prophecy.
This is the book of Lamentations, chapter 4, verse 21.
Bring it out.
Rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom.
It says rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom. Be glad, rejoice. Because, right, you're empowered right now. Right, go ahead.
That dwelleth in the land of Uz. The cup also shall pass through unto thee.
It says what?
The cup also shall pass through unto thee.
You understand that? It says be happy right now. Because you got your glory, you got your kingdom.
Cup overflowed,
Yeah. Live your best life, right? Because the cup is going to pass to your ass too. Right, go ahead.
Thou shalt be drunken. Thou shalt be drunken.
Go ahead.
And shalt make thyself naked.
Go ahead.
The punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished. O daughter of Zion.
Because you all were utilized to punish us for our sins, right? You all being given the privilege of taking blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans into slavery was a catch-22, Because even though you all got the privilege of building your kingdom off of our back,
It was at the expense of
it was at the expense of other people, but it was at the expense of yourself too.
Right.
Because everything that happens to us has to be done unto you. That's what you meant. The cup gonna pass to you too. Right? Go ahead.
He will no more carry thee. He will no more carry thee away into captivity.
So now he's telling the Israelites, you, after the things that Edom has done unto you, you will never go into slavery again.
Sure.
Right? So now we have to ask ourselves, depending on who the Israelites are, right? Depending on who the Israelites are, in the last captivity that they experienced, they will let us know who the Edomites are. We definitively hold the position that blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans descend from who you know is the 12 patriarchs, right, of Israel, okay? Right? So it says the last captivity that we will be in will be directly under the Edomites, right? Keep going.
He will visit thine iniquity, O daughter of Edom. O daughter of Edom.
But he will visit your iniquity. He said, our captivity, never again. But your iniquity got to be visited. Right? Go ahead.
He will discover thy sin.
So now we got to ask ourselves, either there is going to be another time on earth where a large amount of people are going to go into slavery again, and then those people to be the Edomites and put those people into slavery, or you all put the right people in, or the wrong people, technically, into slavery, right? The wrong people into slavery, and now you all have a very harsh punishment coming. Finish it out. Read that over. Okay.
O daughter of Edom, he will discover thy sin.
See that? So it says the last captivity that the Israelites will ever be in would be in Babylon under the Edomites. You understand? So now we gotta ask ourselves, if we say we're the Israelites,
I understand your question about slavery, but specifically talking about me, not about most white people. My people descend from North Britain, and we were also held slaves by the Roman Empire.
you talking about in serfs and stuff like that?
No, in slavery in the 1200s.
I mean, but that's a civil thing. That has nothing to do with the promises of God and you all taking the chosen people of God and slavery. I don't have nothing to do with civil matters. I have nothing to do with this. That's a civil thing. We're talking about acts of war when another people group comes and takes over a different people group. That's completely different, and that's biblical prophecy.
So when the I can't say
Hey, somebody give her a flyer. How you doing, sis? You doing well? You believe in the Bible? Hey, sister, come here right quick. One second, sis. 1 second. How you doing, sis? You doing well? You ever heard the real Jews are black?
Real Jews are black?
Yes, no. Yeah. What you think about that concept?
I don't know enough to form opinions.
So what's your?
I don't know enough to form opinions, really.
Okay, that's fair. So you believe in the Bible?
Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely, right?
Yeah.
So what if I told you that the Bible was your history book and that you actually descend from the Israelites?
Israelites?
The Israelites.
Sure about that?
Am I sure? I'm 100% positive. What's your ethnic background according to your father?
I respect what you do.
We all from here in the States somewhere.
A state somewhere, I mean, but what do you sign? When you fill out an application, you fill out African American, right? So if you look at this sign right here, you see that African American, who they say African Americans come from? It's a little bright, bro. Try not to pay attention. Okay, we got one of them. She cool, okay, she ain't camera shot, beautiful. Right, you see that right here though? It say African Americans descend from who? Judah. Right, who else you know come from Judah? Christ, right? Christ, line of Judah, right? Yeah, right? Let me show you something. Let me do it around you.
So what y'all doing out here?
We out here teaching blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans their true descendancy because give me Jeremiah 17:4. When you deal with the Bible, right, you figure out there's a theme within it, right? And the Israelites, whoever they are on the earth, right, they made an oath. Their ancestors made an oath with God. You familiar with it? In the wilderness with Moses, they made a covenant. That's what the old covenant was. They made a covenant with God, right? And the covenant was keep my commandments and live, break my commandments, be cursed. You with me? So you read 28 and 1. Let me show you something.
This is the book of Deuteronomy 28, verse 1.
Right?
And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God,
So he said, if you listen to what I'm telling you to do, right? Go ahead.
to observe and to do all his commandments,
If you observe, take heed to all these commandments, go ahead.
which I command thee this day,
Go ahead.
that the Lord thy God will set thee on high
He will set you on high, right? He will put you above people, right? Go ahead.
above all nations,
Above all nations. This was a promise he made as a blessing to his people, his chosen people, if they did right, right? Go ahead.
above all nations of the earth. And all these blessings shall come unto thee and overtake thee,
Right?
if thou shalt hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
If you listen, you get blessed, right? Go ahead. Keep it. Yeah, let me show you.
3, verse 3, blessed shalt thou be in the city, and blessed shalt thou be in the
He
field.
said we're supposed to be blessed in the city. Would you say that if you look at the conditions of the demographic of people we come from, that they're blessed in the cities that they stay in? Statistically, no. Right? Now let's go over to verse 15. Let me show you something.
Verse
Because
15.
we're not blessed. But it says whoever the Israelites are supposed to be blessed. But when you look at the statistics of our demographics, from blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans, Seminole Indians, of indigenous descent, you find that every statistic that is a negative statistic, we're on the top of it. But all of the positive statistics, we're on the bottom. Right? That's unfortunate. But that's because we're being punished for disobeying our God. Right? Read verse 15.
But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
As you heard it before, he said, if you do listen, you get blessed. You'll be above all people. You'll be blessed in the city, things of that nature, right? But he said, if you don't listen, what's going to happen?
To observe, to do all his commandments
Right.
and his statutes,
Right.
which I command thee this day, that all these curses,
What's going to happen?
that all these curses,
See that shit? All these curses. If you don't listen, curses. You know, curses ain't never nothing good. Right? Go ahead.
shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
It says these curses are going to come upon you and overtake you. Go ahead.
Cursed shalt thou be in the city,
Now it says, cursed shall you be in the city. You see that? Go ahead.
and cursed shalt thou be in the field.
And cursed shall you be in the field. Who you know had to do field work? Us. Right? And then when you think about, like you said, the statistics that are attached to our people, they all negative. See what I'm saying? Right? Keep going.
And cursed shalt thou be in the field.
Go ahead.
Cursed shall be thy basket and thy store.
Right, go ahead.
Cursed shall be the fruit of thy body.
Cursed shall be the fruit of our body. Even your kids don't come out with all types of ailments and things of that nature. Right, go ahead.
And the fruit of thy land.
And the fruit of your land. Right, go ahead.
The increase of thine kind and the flocks of thy sheep.
Right, now jump down to verse 54.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 54.
So we started at verse 15, right? Now we're going down to verse 54. In between 15 and 54 were all curses. Imagine that, right? Now we started at verse 1 at first, and we stopped at verse 14, right before 15, right? 1 through 14, all blessings. You with me? 15 all the way down to the end of this passage. All curses, all negative things that'll be coming upon whoever are the Israelites. Let's see one of the different things that are going to come upon this.
So that the man that is tender among you
We got a man of our people, right? Any of the men of our people you can think of, right? Go ahead.
and very delicate,
He's supposed to be tender, delicate, right? Caring, compassionate, affectionate, right? Go ahead.
his eye shall be,
He said, what's real?
You know, if you last go ahead, I'm gonna have to go ahead.
You gotta go.
Right here.
Right here, right there. Miss what's in there?
My friend. I know.
Read it.
his eye shall be evil toward his brother.
I shall what?
His eye shall be evil toward his brother.
What nation of people you know carry the most animosity towards people of their own nation?
People of their own.
Yeah, for no reason. It's like it's just second nature. I would say so-called blacks and Hispanics. I would say, right? You can't even just walk up and down the street without a mug for no reason, right? Some type of animosity for no reason, right? We can't even go to different events without it being shot up. why is that? Other nations of people can do it. You with me? Other nations of people can have communities that flourish and they work together cohesively, right, for the upliftment of their people. But for some odd reason, blacks and Hispanics can't do that to the intent that, and to the extent that it actually comes into something, you know, fruitful, right? It's like we started and then it just crumbles somehow, right? Right, go ahead.
And toward
hold on, now this is the same verse. Hold on, you can't do that. You can't. This is the last verse. This is the last part of the verse.
and toward the wife of his bosom.
And let's think about this. What nation people you know got brothers, got evil eyes towards each other, right? Was cursed in the city and in the field, and have animosity towards their baby mamas, right? Go ahead.
And toward the remnant of his children.
And the what?
And toward the remnant of his children.
And towards the remnant of his children, right? Go ahead.
Which he shall lead.
And somehow they have single parent households. How y'all doing? Y'all smooth? Y'all believe in the Bible? Y'all got time for one verse? One verse. Come here. Come on in. Nah? Love y'all too. Right?
Scared.
You know, even still, man. Right, give me John 10. Let's finish out John 10, man. I just want to, you know, it was on me in the spirit when camp started, you know, going to the door. I just want to read a little bit of this. Go ahead, start at verse 8.
This is the book of John, chapter 10, verse 8. All that ever came before me are thieves.
All that ever came before Christ were thieves, man. Them not the real doers. Right, go ahead.
Thieves and robbers.
Go ahead.
But the sheep did not hear them.
But luckily the sheep don't hear the thieves and the robbers. Right? All praise to the Most High. Right, go ahead.
I am the door. By me, if any man enter in, he shall be saved.
If any man shall enter in through the door, that's the man that's going to be saved. Right, go ahead.
And shall go in and out and find pasture.
And shall find pasture. That's what we're seeking. We're seeking the path. We're seeking the kingdom. The only way you can go in and out and find pasture as a sheep, right, is if you're doing it through the door of the Lord. Right, which is Yahweh Shai. Right, go ahead.
The thief cometh not, but for to steal, and to kill, and to destroy.
That's what the Catholic Church did, spearheaded by Europeans. Right, Western Europeans are the thief that he's talking about. Came to steal, kill, and destroy. And that's what they did to blacks and Hispanics. Right, go ahead.
I am come that they might have life.
He came that we may have life. Right, go ahead.
And that they might have it more abundantly.
That we might have it more abundantly. Because we've never seen a life worth living. We ain't seen a life worth living yet, though. We get our little spurts of happiness. We get our little spurts of being able to, you know, have some level of enjoyment in this world. We get a little affection from a little chick here and there, right? We get to go out kick it with our brothers, right? Get drunk, right? And get married, right? Here and there, right? But that still ain't showing us a life worth living. Right? You see what I'm saying? Right? You can't see a life worth living in slavery, man. Go ahead.
I am the good shepherd.
But the good shepherd, right, Yahweh Shai, who promised us salvation, promised us a land and a pasture abundance, right? Go ahead.
The good shepherd giving his life for the sheep.
Gave his life for us so that we can have opportunity to experience a life worth living. Right? Go ahead.
But he that is in the hireling and not the shepherd, whose own the sheep are not, seeth the wolf coming.
Yeah, because we don't belong to the motherfuckers that we in captivity to. We don't belong to these niggas. We don't belong to these Europeans, right? But for some reason, we are, as a nation, looking at them as our answer, as our go-to, as our salvation. How y'all doing? Doing well, brother? What's your ethnic background, young mommy asking, brother? What's your ethnic background? Your ethnicity. Yeah. You don't know what tribe, bro? So how you end up over here? How your people end up over here? Nah, I'm just asking, bro. I'm just asking, kid. Yeah. You consider yourself African American? Nah. What country over there you come from then? You gonna say Ethiopia? You just saying it just to say it? You just saying it because you with Nip? What's up, man? You said what, brother?
I'm thinking more in the looking about they more like they colonized how they came. So I was thinking more Ethiopian.
So you don't think West African? You think East African?
Yeah, I was thinking East African, but just if you got some Jews.
I'm saying though, you saying you're not African American though.
The African Americans colonized in America, right?
African American was taken from Africa and brought over.
Okay, so we
Slavery.
Okay.
Was your people brought over in slavery?
Yeah.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
So you're African American.
Okay.
So-called African American.
Yeah, so-called.
All right, cool. So when you deal with that, them people who got stole from over there and brought over here, them was actually the real Jews. You familiar with that?
Yeah, I was doing a little research.
Something like that?
Yeah, something like that.
So look, you descend from a man named Judah, right? Right. That's the leader tribe of Israel. With me? But being a Judite, being somebody who descends from the tribe of Judah, you gotta keep the laws of God. You with me? You gotta keep the laws of God, bro. I want you to know that. You believe in the Bible? Yeah, so the God of the Bible, he said you got stuff that you're supposed to be doing to please him. You can't just be living your life like it don't matter. You gotta go in the jump, figure out what he said and really do it. You hear me? Yeah, the real instructions. But he only gave it to our people. He gave it to the people on this sign right here.
Right.
Blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans. You with me? This our book. You hear me? These ain't no white boys in their book. That's right. You see what I'm saying? These ain't no white boys. These all niggas in Mexico. You hear me? This real life. Haitian, yeah, melanin. Exactly. All melanated people in this joint. You hear me? So with that knowledge, if you know these your people, you gotta come back to your culture. All these brothers up here that came back to their culture.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? You stay in Dallas? Get this man a card, man. You gotta tap in. You see what I'm saying? Because now that you got that, now your ass marked, I'm be honest. Now the Lord know that you know.
So I got it.
You ain't got no excuse no more. You hear me? Give me John 15:22. Hell! I just want you to know, I just want one verse for you. One verse. Alright? John 15:22.
This is the book of John, chapter 15, verse 22.
Bring it out.
If I had... Oh, just keep going.
Yeah. If I had not come.
Oh, if I had not come and spoken unto them,
So Christ said, right? If I had not come and spoken unto them, right? Go ahead.
they had not sinned.
They wouldn't be. What is it? They had not sinned, right?
Yeah, they had not
They
sinned.
had not had sin. Meaning what? If you ain't get the warning, you wasn't at fault. But now that you got the warning, right? Go ahead.
But now they have no cloak for their sin.
Meaning what? Now you ain't got no excuse. You see what I'm saying?
I know.
Now that you know, you ain't got no excuse. We be out here right now Thursday and Saturday. You hear me? Saturdays around about 4 o'clock, you should pull up. Because now you ain't got no excuse. And if you ain't gonna come out, at least watch the video, put yourself on, you know what I mean, grow in the spirit, start looking into what you need to be doing to please your God. You hear me, brother? What's your name, Mil? Kimbo? Yeah. I'm Izayah, bro. Izayah, yeah.
I appreciate y'all.
Real life, dog. Enjoy your night, dog.
Yeah.
And with that, we're gonna say, call Allah Yahweh. By Shema Mashiach Yahweh Shai. Shalom.
Shalom.